I'm John Hand. It's in 7 day, and I'm not wearing any pants.
Stop it. Get some help.
Why does that matter? Well, it doesn't. But I just wanted to be honest with you going into this video because honesty is all that matters. But I wanted you to know because you have a right to know. Anyways, every year on November the 7th is in 7 day. And so I have to wonder, what's different about this one? Is something gonna happen? Are we actually gonna get some kind of tangible information about the next Mass Effect? I don't know. But all I know is there's something to watch here and we're gonna watch it. So let's watch it together. Roll the clip. Hey. Well, that was substantive, substantial, really gave me a lot to chew on there. What am I supposed to do with that? The last time we had a Mass Effect game is 2017, and it wasn't even that good. I liked it as a concept. The execution was terrible. The only thing it really had going for it was combat. Combat was really good. Probably the best out of the series. Although I still think I prefer 3. Anyways, I don't really know what this means. All I'm saying though is that it's about time we got some substantial news. I know they're making it. I mean, they dropped a trailer and then they dropped this thing, whatever the heck that was I just watched. I miss Mass Effect. I miss it, the good ones, the trilogy. And I admit, the way they handled the ending, it kind of painted the whole series into a corner. You have to wonder, like, where can we go from here? I want to give credit where credit is due. I don't want to sound like a troll. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't give a flip about Dragon Age or whatever the heck the other. I just don't care about it. To me, Mass Effect, let me paint you a picture here, okay? There are a lot of science fiction universes out there. Some of them are a lot bigger than others. And for me being like a Star Wars fan, especially a fan of Halo, Gears of War, it's really hard to picture another franchise coming out of nowhere and developing itself well enough for it to grab my attention. But somehow Mass Effect did that beautifully. Just an unbelievably deep and rich universe. And Andromeda didn't really do anything to complement that. So they did the remaster, which I haven't really played that much, and I'm ashamed to say I own it and haven't hardly touched it. I would like to really get into it more soon. So to me, there's been a massive gap in storytelling that we need from this franchise, because even though the trilogy with the Reapers concluded, it doesn't mean there's not more story to be told. Like it or not, we're not done. You know, it's not too dissimilar from the way we left things with the sequel to Star Wars. You know, a lot of fans didn't love the ending. That's how a lot of fans of Mass Effect feel. We didn't love the ending. When you make a ending that is less than satisfying, this is the point I keep trying to drive home about Star Wars, especially. It's like, it doesn't matter that the Rise of Skywalker is done and completed and the Skywalker saga is technically over. It doesn't matter. That in no way compels me to like the ending. It doesn't give me any kind of motivation. In fact, if anything, it kind of leaves you with an unsatisfied feeling because you think about like what could have been. So in my mind, something like Mass Effect, and the same goes for Star Wars, should continue because you didn't do it right. So now you have to keep going until you do. You don't get to quit on us, okay? I'm not trying to sound entitled or anything like that, and I'm not. Believe me when I say that that the people that work on these games, on these franchises, I know so many of them are super dedicated. My main criticism is usually geared towards the leadership, because at the end of the day, it's the leadership that's calling the shots on, you know, how much more time we have to work on this thing. And I know Mass Effect 3 was a little bit rushed. The Rise of Skywalker was rushed. I mean, how many times are we gonna keep talking about this? You know, these projects being rushed. And so you might ask me, you might say, well, Jonathan, you're kind of being a hypocrite because you want your games like now, but you also want quality. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying with Mass Effect, the gap in between games has been vast. And I'm not saying that like doing the remaster, I'm sure that took a long time, but Andromeda was a big fat mess. And that was 6 years ago. You know, if we're still another year or two from the next Mass Effect, so be it. Now for some positive thoughts. I mean, it's cool. What can you say about that? I mean, you can analyze it and break it down, but really at the end of the day, it's cool. It was a cool little teaser. I don't know what that was meant for. It's one of those things. It's like it's in 7 day. You expect them to put out something. I guess what I'm just saying is I was hoping that was gonna be more than that. That's all I got. Y'all get going. Y'all get out of here. I'm getting out of here too. We'll talk later. See you guys.